Hello guys, my name is Sam and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today, the topic of today will just be basically about Candlestick, where we will be doing the beginner's guide to Candlestick mastery, right? Now, before I start or get into this topic, I just want to quickly um, say my thanks to those who have been supporting me up until so far, my subscribers, and thank you so much for the support, for keep on watching my videos. And this video is basically for you guys and also the other people who will also be watching this video, right? Now, in this guide, we will be just going through the basics of a candlestick. What is a bearish candlestick? What is a bullish candlestick, right? Now, as a beginner, we tend to want to know, or we are told we should learn, memorize, and actually know a lot of candlestick patterns, right? I know that some of us who have gone through that, where we learned a lot of patterns and all of that. We learned morning stars, we learned engulfings and all that, right? Well, I'm here to put another perspective into your trading journey, right? Uh, and the information I'm about to provide, if used correctly, can give you massive results, right? Now, what we are going to do for now is that we are going to try our hardest to forget um, those patterns that we learned, those morning stars that we have learned, those engulfings that we have learned, right? And we will just try to focus key things in the market that will actually give us the information we need in order to get information out of the chart, right? Yes, that's what I said. I said to get the information we need and to get information from the chart, right? Now, before I get into this, let us go through the basics of a candlestick, right? Now, this is a basic candlestick. This is a basic candlestick here, right? Where we have the high, right? We have the opening or closing. We have the opening and closing again. Now, as you can see, I did write opening here and also here, right? Now, this is because this is a basic candlestick. We have not yet uh, identified it as a bullish candlestick or a bearish candlestick. That's why I have put the body here in black, right? Now, the opening here will depend on what kind of candlestick this is, and also here. Now, the range of the opening and closing, prices will give us the body of the candlestick, right? Now, let us move here and see what we are talking about here. Now, this is a bullish candlestick here, right? Now, what can we get out of a bullish candlestick? Now, I have put this in normal colors that people use. That is green for bullish and red for bearish, right? Now, the high on both candlesticks is the same, right? We have the high and the low being at the top of the wicks here, at the top of the wicks here, right? Now, the only difference is the opening and the closing of the candle. And let me explain that to you guys so that we get the basic meaning of what that means. Now, basically what this means is the candle opened at this point here, right? We then had the market push to the downside to this area here, giving us our low, right? Then the market continued pushing to the upside up until it made this high here, right? Now, before the market closed, it either pushed to the downside a bit, right? Now, that is a bullish candlestick. We have the open being below the close level, right? That means that we have buyers in the market. That is a bullish candlestick, right? Now, secondly, we're going for a bearish candlestick, right? Now, basically what happens here is that the market actually opens at this level here, pushes to the upside, right? But fails and falls to the downside, right? Falling to the downside, we get the creation of our low here, right? Now, on the creation of that low, right before the market closes, we get a push to the upside to signify our close level here, right? I hope we are getting each other and we can now understand the basic of a candlestick. What is a bullish candlestick? What is a bearish candlestick, right? We now know that a bullish candlestick can be shown by having the closing price above the opening price, right? This shows that the candlestick is moving to the upside, right? And the bearish candle can be shown by having a closing price below the opening price. Now, this will be showing us that the candlestick is moving to the downside, right? Now, if you guys can remember, I did say that I want us to forget about those morning stars, those morning star pattern, those engulfing patterns, those evening star patterns. I want us to forget about that right now in this video. Now, what I want us to focus on is to try and find momentum in the market. We want to find strength. We want to find volume, and we want to find control, right? Now, what do I mean by this? What I'm saying is that I want us to know the momentum of price. We want to know the momentum of price. Now, this is where the direction is pointing us. For us to get the momentum of price, we will be getting the general direction of where we are being pointed to. That is the direction clear or unclear, right? Now, secondly, we want to know strength, right? By strength, we will be trying to find out, are we bullish or are we having bearish strength in the market, right? All those will help us know and actually get information off of the market. Now, thirdly, I want us to get volume. Now, in volume, we want to get the evidence or proof that we will continue in the given direction that we have been presented with, right? Now, on control, we want to know who are currently in control of the price, right? Now, I know it's a lot to understand at this point, but bear with me because this is going to be very helpful, right? Now, the first thing we need to know is that we will need a momentum candlestick to show us a clear direction, right? Now, what do I mean by that? Let's check this out here. Now, you already know the general directions of a bearish candlestick and a bullish candlestick. We know that this candle is pushing to the upside, and we know that this candle is pushing to the downside, right? Now, what we can clearly see off of these candles is that they have very huge bodies as compared to their wicks, right? We can see the huge body here. And what this body signifies is that it shows us a few proofs or evidence in the market, right? Now, what had actually happened is that we had the opening of the market here, right? Price then pushed to the downside, creating our low level here, right? Then price pushed to the upside, creating our high here, right? Before the close, we had a small presence of sellers in the market, but they still failed to push this price down, right? What this shows us, firstly, is that we have a huge number of buyers in the market, right? Now, this also happens um, for the bearish candle where we had our open here, right? We had price push up, creating our high level here, then price push to the downside, creating our low level here. Now, before the closing of this candle, we had presence of buyers in the market, pushing the market a bit up to this level, to this closing level here. Now, what this also tells us is that there is a huge number of sellers in the market, right? Now, remember what I said about the things that we want to get off of the market, right? Now, what we want to get is one, we want to see momentum, right? And from this candle, this is what we are getting, right? We are having clear direction that has been given to us, right? Where we can see that the buyers are in the market, right? We can see a clear direction of this candle here pushing to the upside. And we can see a clear direction of this candle pushing to the downside, right? Now, what can we see also? We can see strength, right? We can see that there is actually bullish or bearish strength in the market, right? Now, the strong closing of these candles with least resistance shows us that the bulls or the bears are actually holding the market right now, right? Now, in terms of volume, once we have gotten the evidence that we have strength in the market with least resistant, let's put this on a bullish perspective. Now we have evidence that there are buyers in the market, right? Least resistance to push the buyers to the downside, right? And a clear direction being given to us to saying that this bullish candle is going to continue pushing to the upside, right? Now with volume, we have proof that price can continue in that direction, right? Okay, and then lastly, we have control. We know who are in the in control of the market at this very time, right? Now we know that the market is showing us clear signs of who is in control of price, right? Now, I want us to actually look at an example here. And before that example, we can actually just see and know that this market, this kind of candlesticks are called momentum candlesticks. We are getting momentum from these candlesticks. Now by momentum, I'm actually just covering up everything, strength, volume, and control, what this candle represents. This will be our momentum candlesticks, right? Because they are giving us clear direction, right? Now, looking at this example here, which we did actually have a video on it analyzing this market here, right? Now I'm just gonna quickly explain this market here. We had price pushing to the upside, right? Where we can see our high being here and our low being here, right? We then had the market push to the upside, creating a new higher high. I'm sorry about that. Now, the market is showing us clear signs of pushing to the downside, right? If you have watched that video where we are analyzing this market, we had actually also identified this level here to say that if the market fails to break that level, then we can see price pushing to the upside, right? But we didn't have that, and the market continued showing us bearish momentum into a level of structure, right? Now, this level here is actually our level of structure that if this level is broken, then we can see the market continue pushing to the downside, right? But we know that this market has been pushing to the upside. And what we want to see is we want to see evidence on this level, on the current price, that price is actually breaking this level. Now, jumping into the market because of this candle here is actually a basic mistake that can be made by literally anyone, right? Now you can see that you have bearish momentum in this, and you have closed bearish and very strong into that level, right? But the mastery move that you can make out of this is to actually wait for this next candle here to close, because if you can check, the market did actually push to the downside, right? But failed and closed on our level again, right? Now, what we are currently on is we want to see momentum in our level of structure, showing us signs that there are there's bullish momentum or bearish momentum, right? Now, the basic thing to wait for after this on the level of structure is to say that we want to see a bearish candle push to the downside, right? That is what we would like to see. Now, we would like to see this because of this candle here. But what we got is completely the opposite. We got all this gibberish here that we are actually going to talk about after this example. But what we are actually interested in is this candle right here, right? We had market push into a level of structure, right? Did all this gibberish here that I'm about to explain. Sorry about that. Now, this candle here is our momentum candle, right? Where we had what? We know that we had the opening of the market here. We had actually little move to the downside, and then we saw the market push to the upside, very little resistance, pushing to the downside there. Then we have a clear sign that on this level here, we can actually continue seeing price pushing to the upside, right? Now we have a very detailed information of the market and who is in control at that moment. Now we know that with the momentum candle here, that the bulls are in control, and we can actually confidently enter this market and say that, okay, we know that bulls are in control, right? Now, to explain all that is happening here, right? Remember, I said we want to identify three things in the market, which are three types of candlesticks. We have already talked about our momentum candlestick, right? And now we are going to move to our second candlestick. Now, with this candlestick, we will now need to see the market being exhausted, right? We want to see the market show us clear signs of exhaustion, depletion, right? To show us a loss of bearish pressure in a downtrend or bullish pressure in an uptrend, right? Those are what we want to see. Now, looking at these candles here, we can clearly see that there is a lot of pressure to the downside. There is a lot of pressure to the upside, right? Now, this shows us that there is clearly no definite direction in the market, right? We had the opening of the candle being here. We had the closing of the candle being here. Prices actually did come down here, creating the low here, then continued pushing to the upside here, created our high price here, and suddenly the price came down, right? Now, this small body just tells us that there is no one in control of the market, right? And then we can also see with this bearish candle here that we had the opening here and the close here, right? A lot of sellers in the market as well as buyers in the market. Also, no clear direction of price, right? Now, what are we identifying in here, right? We are identifying weakness. That is the first thing that we are identifying. Neither the bulls or the bears are in control. Like I said, price did open, pushed up, created our high, pushed down, created our low, but closed almost close to the opening price, right? Now, what else are we seeing is that we are seeing indecision, right? Now, this means that price is indecisive of where it wants to go, right? Now, when you're seeing this, doesn't mean that the price will reverse. It doesn't mean the price will continue with that trend, right? What you need to do is combine these candlesticks, the candlesticks that we are about to learn here, and then that will give you the full information that you need, right? Now, there is no clear direction. Hence, I said there is indecision in the market, right? And these are called depletion candles or indecision candle. The market is still indecisive right now. You don't want to trade this kind of candles, right? Because there is no clear direction here. You could take a buy, the price continues falling bearish if it was in a bearish trend, right? You could take a sell and the price just reverses and pushes to the upside in an uptrend, right? Now, these candles are our last candles that we want to know about. Now, on these candles, what do we want to get? We want to get evidence that buyers or sellers are failing to break into a particular level and actually giving us these kind of candlesticks, right? Now, these candlesticks are, we are actually having the opening here and the close here, right? Now, what had actually happened is we had price open at this level here, push to the downside, right? But a huge number of buyers came into the market, pushing the market to the upside above even the opening price, where we can see that the closing and the high of the price is actually almost at the same place, right? Now, this does not mean that you will get candles like this exactly. You could actually get a candle where there is a very small wick to the upside here, right? Where there's actually a small wick to the upside here or a small wick to the downside here. right? Now, the general information also applies for the bearish candle here, right? We had price opening at this area here, push to the upside, creating our high level here, our high price, and then a lot of sellers came into the market, pushing the market beyond its opening point and giving us our closing point below this area here. Now, this shows massive rejection of price to the upside and massive rejection of price to the downside, right? Now, what are we getting off of these candles, right? What we are getting is we are actually getting weakness also. The bulls or bears attempted to push the market but failed to close strong, right? Now, this shows us that where we were actually experiencing a high number of bulls, it was actually countered with even more higher number of bears in the market, right? Or the bears were actually countered with a high number of bulls, right? What we are also getting is that we are getting failure in the market, right? By this is that price actually attempted to break or continue. Like I said, now these candlesticks will also happen during your continuation trends where you see this happening in the market, and maybe it gives you shock that, okay, maybe a lot of buyers are now in the market, where you see this kind of candle here, and you panic to say that you want to exit the market. Now, that is not actually the case. What you have to do is, like I said, you have to use a combination of these candlesticks for you to get the full information that the market is getting, is giving you, right? Now, what we are also seeing is that price could continue or completely reverse. Price might be preparing to continue or to potentially reverse in the market, right? We could get this. Now, these are our rejection candles, right? Now, we could get a full candle to the downside here, closing off the number of sellers, closing off the number of buyers that were present here. Now, this also tells us that the market is still continuing to the downside, where we have the opening here and the close here, right? But all in all, these are our rejection candles, right? Now, we are going to take those three candles that we have learned, the momentum candle, the depletion candle, right? And this rejection candle, and we are going to use them in a live chart, in the charts, to be able to say that, okay, now price is giving us this kind of reaction, right? Now, looking at this chart here, let me just explain this. We had price moving into the upside, creating higher highs, higher lows, sorry, and higher highs, pushing to the upside, right? We had price create a level that it has failed to break, pushing to the downside into a previous level of structure, right? Now we can see that this level here is our key level, that if the market breaks this level, we would want to see the market continue pushing to the downside, right? But we are not sure about whether the market is going to continue pushing to the downside or not. What we want to see is to gather the information that the market will be telling us. We then see price now break the level, right? Push into the market with a momentum candle. At this point, it's completely useless for you to say that you want to enter the market based on that candle, and to say that this is a momentum candle and you are seeing price push to the upside, right? And what you can also see here let me outline this. As what you can see is that this actually can be identified as an engulfing pattern, right? Now, if you have learned engulfing patterns, you would have entered there to say that, no, but this is an engulfing pattern. But what you are failing to notice is that we have broken previous structure, level of structure, right? The market has pushed bullish into the market, but then look at what we are getting after that. We are getting indecision, 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 rejection, indecision, right? At this point, you know that you are actually waiting for the market to give you your last candle that will actually give you the direction in which the market is pushing, right? You are either waiting for a bullish momentum candle or a bearish momentum candle, right? Now, at the close of this candle, you are already sure that the market is now bearish, right? You know that after this market, you have actually gathered the evidence to say that the market is trying to push bearish now, right? Now, if you can check right after this candle here, we had a slight move to the upside. Now, this here should not confuse you. We have different phases in the market, different ways in way the market moves. We have the impulsive phase, right? And we have the corrective phase, the exhaustion phase, and an impulsive phase again, right? Now, this is what is happening here. We got our impulsive phase. You got the information or evidence that you need to tell you that who is in control, where is the market giving you direction, right? The market is giving you clear bearish direction, right? You had this exhaustion here or correction phase, then the market just fell bullish, bearish from that point on, right? Now, using these candlesticks, you need to combine them with few things. You need to have a level of structure, right? You can't just use this anywhere that you trade, and then you say that now I'm seeing indecision. I've seen a momentum candle, then this means that the market is pushing to the upside. Now, I would actually prefer you guys to use this with key levels in the market, right? Now, using key levels in the market, you will be able to get that information that you need as a beginner in order to master your candlesticks accordingly, right? In order to master your candles accordingly. Now, I would like to thank you, to thank everyone that has watched this video up until this end, and to actually just say this. If you guys would like to see a video of me back testing this and actually do another video on identifying market structure, identifying key levels, please do make sure to hit that subscribe button, click the like button if you have liked the content in this video, and click that bell button to be notified whenever I upload a video like this, right? Do make sure that if you have any comments, share them with me in the comment section. And we do have a group chat, guys. We have a group chat where I do share information in that group chat. Now you can join that. There is a link. I'll post the link below the description box for you guys to have and to actually look on it and actually join the group.